Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Tarot with Kuka. It is Saturday, May 30th, 2020, and you're watching the third weekly installment video. Why is this video so late? Well, it's because today is when the first quarter moon happens. So if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But before we get into the first quarter moon, let's let's have a quick little review of our weekly guidance. So from the Santa Muerte deck, the situation or the lesson that I drew was the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which I took as letting go of the past and moving forward with positive change. And so with that, it came with the guidance because, saying change is coming. Well, how do I do it? How do I change? So I tend to draw a sun and the moon card, in which that to me means the sun is action items we do during the day, and the moon is either our reflection, meditation, or what we go to sleep on to dream about. So for the sun card, I got the Eight of Wands, in which that was a sign about with your passion, go forward to bring about this change. And then with the moon card, it was the Ace of Cups, where to me it was just focusing with the divine about the abundance, the joy, and the blessings, because you had this big cup that was in the receiving. So in order to bring about these manifestations and get your projects going, put the positive thoughts in there. And what a better way to go to bed than to focus in on what it is you want with God. So as the second video for Wellness Wednesday, again, asking about, bringing about change can be a fearful thing. And sometimes people don't want change, or it's actually kind of hard to want to be happy. So Wellness Wednesday, my intention was focusing on what can we do, what positive words can we put out there to move forward, and who can we work with. And like I say, for the past 2 weeks, it was Serapis Bey, who, is an ascended master. And I was guided this week to work with the Archangel Michael deck. And the funny thing about this particular read was I normally use the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck first, and then I go into, the Light Worker, or a guidance, an Ascended Master or Angel guidance as my second card. Well, it didn't work out that way. Archangel Michael actually insisted on being first. I mean, literally, that deck kept falling into my hand. And then, and I'm stubborn. And so I put the deck down, and, and I'm shuffling the decks because it's like, I want to do Matt Kahn, and I'm doing my prayer, and, and I look down and Archangel Michael's deck's in my hand. So I'm like, okay, we'll go forward with Archangel Michael. And so the card I drew with Archangel Michael was, you are guarded and protected. And so what beautiful message, as far as we're fearful on going forward and taking that step. And it's like, you now have Archangel Michael, at protecting you. And it's just, with homeboy at my back, I have no fear. And so that was beautiful. And the funny thing with Matt Kahn, again, it's just like one card is usually what I draw. 2 cards jumped out. Literally, I shuffled and 2 cards jumped out. And so his card was about balancing the brain and letting go of expectations. And so beautiful words to kind of embrace balancing the brain and letting go of expectations. For somebody like me, where, I have a million thoughts racing through, it's like I have that analytical mind where, you come to me with a problem, I immediately try to solve, through method. And a lot of times I go to bed trying to solve world problems and thinking about, well, what if mankind did, what if we did this, what if, whether it's small or big, million thoughts through my head. So, I've been working on balancing my brain just to let go and focus on the now, to be here in the present. And letting go of expectations is actually something that is hard to do, but once you do it, you let go of expectations, it's amazing how the universe flows. And because what shortens our manifestations or sets us up for failure, and thus, that's where the fear comes in, is literally having an expectation. Well, I expected you to do this. I expected this to happen. You know what? When you let go of that, you don't worry about these things. It happens naturally. The universe, believe me, is so alive. And when you let go of expectations, it's amazing how you feel things are happening for you. So now let's move into our moon guidance, and where we have the first quarter moon. I'm still kind of learning about the moon phases myself. And so I actually went and read from the guidebook from the Moonology Oracle card deck, and it's an excellent guidebook because Yasmin Boland has set up a card for not only the different phases of the moon, but how the moon responds with the astrological signs in the particular phase, how you can attune to the moon with each phase, because it's different. Again, your new moon is about putting out your wishes. Your full moon is about release and forgiveness. And so how you balance that out, where, your attunements, you can actually learn to read the moon sign. I call it God's signpost because, the moon, I feel its energy. When it starts getting full, I start getting restless. I can stay up, and my energy wanes as it goes into the shadow. So a woman's body, I think anybody, the ocean responds to the moon. So before we begin, I went into the guidebook to learn about the first quarter moon, and so this is what she says. She says the first quarter moon is when it comes between a new moon and a full moon. It is a time when the sun and moon are at a hard astrological angle to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. And collectively, I think right now we can say everybody is experiencing their own level of crisis, whether it is small or dire. But, collectively, things are happening. So no matter when you pull this card, you need to see drama as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong during a storm. And it's like no truer message can, resonate so strongly even with me right now. So the first quarter moon card is your commitment is being tested. And so again, what I take that as is, it's like if you've set wishes and you have projects, and we're about to embrace change where we want something to happen, we have to stay committed, and we have to stay focused on our intentions. So with the moon being at this halfway point, the way I look at it is, we're now gaining light. We're at the halfway point, but we're now going to head towards where the moon gets brighter. And so with that, it's like the energy is revving up, passions are revving up, so let's also, let's bring about this positive change, but put it towards love and light. And once we do that collectively in the universe, my gosh, can you actually imagine what can happen, if everybody collectively put the positive out there? So I wanted to pull an additional card as a guidance from God as to what do we do during this time of the first quarter moon. And so here is the card that I got. It is the new moon in Aquarius, and it's bring love into the situation. And what I love about this is that it's a new moon card. And so right now it's like the universe is acknowledging kind of what has happened the past few weeks here. And so, you know, where we were in the new moon shadow side. And the universe is telling us to bring love. And it's like, I cannot make this up. I honestly drew this card, and it gave me goosebumps to see it. So with the new moon in Aquarius, it's basically about changes on the way. It's an air sign, so, you know, there's intellect, there's thought, you know, and right now I can't stress enough how important it is that we stay, you know, well, if we're not in the light, that we take these angers, this anger, this fear, this frustration, and instead of taking it out on mankind or on Mother Earth, take this ball of anger and this negativity and give it to your source, give it to God, because God is the source of love, and God can take this, and God can do many things. And where, you know, they say energy is neither created nor destroyed, it's transformed. God transforms this hate into love, and that's what comes back to us. You know, I saw on TV what negativity can do, and I can only imagine that, you know, if we were able to take all this anger, all this frustration, and we bottled it, and not bottled it up, but just bundled it and gave it to the Lord, give it to God, give it to the universe to turn it back into love, the awesome changes that can happen. And so with that, I just want to sign off with, you know, I love everybody, and I want you to know that I want you to feel your feelings, and I want you to float. You know, it's not, I guess I can't say that I said, but I'm trying to find the words to do this. I want you to know that I want you to know that it's totally okay for you to feel your feelings. And you have a chance to take this manifestation and give this to God versus taking it out on mankind. Because believe me, you know, we can't change what happened to George Floyd, but you know what? He's transformed. He's with the source. He's with God. He's with love. And, you know, if you really wanted to make the change for George Floyd, take a look at where he's at. Not focus on the last 8 minutes of his life and use that to destroy this earth. But let's bring about the change, and let's do it right, and let's do it fair and just. So with that, I'm actually getting very emotional right now. But I definitely do send him and his family love, light, and healing. And I send out to the universe love, light, healing, and just know that, you know, I don't know how many people are going to hear this video, but I love you all. I love you all. And I'm with you. And stay strong, but stay fair and stay just. Sending you love, light, and many, many blessings.